Do your colors turn out muddy whenever you try to go from grayscale to color? Let's fix that. Colors have three properties: value, hue, and saturation. When we paint in grayscale, we're focusing on value. But here's the hidden trap most of us don't realize. Colors have a natural value when stripped of their hue. What does that mean, you ask? It's called local value. For example, your yellow is naturally very bright, while your purple is naturally very dark. If your grayscale base is super dark, you can't just slap yellow on top and expect it to look right. So how do we avoid guessing? We work smarter, not harder. To make your life 10 times easier, you want to use the natural values of your character's design from the start. Step 1. As I said earlier, make sure your base values are correct. Now, I'll proceed to just shade the grayscale as I usually do. Step 2. This method many use is taking the grayscale layer you just finished, turning the blend mode to multiply on your grayscale layer, then create a layer under your grayscale layer with a normal blending mode so you don't change it, and just draw in the colors you wanted. All you have to do after that is render on top. But the method I prefer to use is gradient maps. First, you need to select the area you want. So make sure all your parts are separated in the grayscale layer. For example, skin, hair, different clothing parts, etc. Simply put all the different parts on different layers, as you can see me doing here. Then select one of those areas. Now, I'll go into my effects, or wherever you have access to your gradient maps, and select the grayscale gradient map. So not a pre-built one, we want to select the grayscale one. Now, that may confuse you, but we don't want to lose the original values we worked so hard on building by picking a random gradient map. Once we're on the grayscale gradient map, add in a few more nodes, which are those diamond-shaped thingies in my case, by clicking on top of the bar. Now, what we want to do, and this part is very important, the left side of the gradient map represents your darkest shadows, and the right side represents your brightest highlights. We could get into color theory and stuff about how cool light equals warm shadows and vice versa, but it's best you add that in later on while rendering. This is just so we have our basic shadows and lights, etc. Then just repeat this exact same process for every other part of your drawing.